Bank of America is proud to support Rob on the Road and provide financial resources to help strengthen communities.
Coming up next, Rob on the Road, booming businesses. Explore behind the walls of some of Northern California's exploding businesses.
This is running Aerojet's operations here on site. It's also being used to power their water remediation program.
It's making the meters run backwards. From clean and green.
These are circuit boards from one of the 8 million pounds of TVs we recycled this year.
My goodness.
To sweet success stories.
Your family has been in the baking business for well over 100 years.
You get an inside look and a backstage pass.
Oh, what are these? They're all bottles?
It's all soda and water bottles.
To some fun California businesses.
And now, Rob on the Road, exploring Northern California.
Hi there, I'm Rob Stewart, and welcome to Rob on the Road, booming businesses. You know, several different types of businesses are really taking off in our region and getting national attention, one of which is the clean and green movement. From recycling to solar power, clean and green is in. Well, you probably have gotten rid of old e-waste before, right? Computers, televisions, flat screens, you name it. But what happens once you drop it off to be recycled? It is really cool, and we're going to show you today on Rob on the Road. Well, this place is rocking and rolling. We are inside California Electronic Asset Recovery, known as Seer, with Kristen DeLallo. Good to see you, Kristen.
Good to see you. Welcome to the facility.
Yeah, we got our safety glasses, which we have to wear. We got our safety gloves because check it out. Just look at all of these used computers, televisions, everything you can think of.
These are circuit boards from one of the 8 million pounds of TVs we recycled this year.
My goodness. And so everything comes in here. You name it. I mean, what all comes through these doors?
Cell phones, computers, laptop computers, televisions, stereos, anything basically with a cord and a circuit board, we can recycle it here.
It's amazing how technology has changed. You really see it here.
You know, the average lifespan of a computer right now is 18 months, so you can imagine how many we see come through these doors.
Unbelievable. You guys have skyrocketed in business.
Yes, we have.
Talk to me about that.
Over the last 3 years, we've gone from 8 million pounds total to 15 million pounds, and now this year we've done about 20 million pounds.
Of all different types of electronics.
Everything. It just goes to show. It's a tale of how our industry, our society wants more, wants new, wants better, wants the best. And then it comes here and we can actually, rather than throwing it into the trash, dismantle it all, take it apart, and recycle the glass, plastics, metals. It's all made into new materials. Right now they're loading computers into the machine.
Wow.
So they're going to travel up the conveyor belt and then they're going to spin in there and they're going to all be broken apart rather than cut up with knives.
I am so impressed with the fact that all of this place that we have seen came from right here.
Thank you.
From your brain.
Thank you.
And from your garage.
Thank
This
you.
company, Seer, started in your garage. How in the world did you pull this off?
Well, it started in 2000, and then I saw the electronic is getting much short lifespan, and then it's more and more, and we depend on electronics day and day. So we have to do something. We just cannot just throw them into the landfill.
Well, it's amazing how this machine separates through centrifugal force and it doesn't do cutting. It's a cleaner, greener way of recycling. One of the things that is so neat is you've never let anybody in this room before, so we appreciate it.
We try to keep the secret.
Well, the secret's out, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I would have never imagined that this is what happens to the things when you turn them into recycling.
Yeah, like nobody imagines it. Till you come here and see the big piles of everything, you just can't imagine. And it is, like I said, it's great for people to know that when they're bringing their things to recycle at a responsible recycler like us, their products are actually being made into new products. So it's basically called urban mining. we're using what we've already created to go into new products rather than having to go and mine the earth again.
Kind of a different spin on the California gold rush.
Yeah, exactly.
If you will. This place is wild.
Yeah, it's a wild ride every day.
I'm telling you what. Well, listen, Kristen, this has been awesome.
Absolutely. Nice
Thank
to
you.
have you.
Yeah, here we are at California Electronic Asset Recovery, known as Seer in Sacramento. And we're talking a little trash here today on Rob on the Road, a state-of-the-art recycling center here in Roseville that is getting national attention. This place is huge. And we're here with Eric Otto with the Western Placer Waste Management Authority. Good to see you, Eric.
Good to see you.
And this place is rocking and rolling.
Absolutely.
What's going on behind us here?
You're seeing all the sorting, all the hand sorting of recyclables. This is where people are pulling the good stuff out from the bad stuff.
And we have to stay kind of far away because, as you can tell, it's really loud in here. But I'm stunned that everything is hand-picked.
Most of it is hand-picked. We do have some machines, but nothing beats the human brain for picking out the good stuff.
And so what are they looking for?
They're looking for plastics, wood, metals, paper, cardboard, concrete, you name it.
So this facility ensures that there is 100% recycling participation.
100% participation. If you live or work in Placer County, you are involved in a recycling program, one of the best in the nation.
And that's because everything goes in one trash can. There's no recycle bin, there's no trash bin, everything goes in one, and it's sorted here at the facility.
It's sorted here.
And this is getting national attention, I'm told.
It is. Some folks from Dallas came out not too long ago looking at changing their system to model one on this.
I am stunned that this place is so clean and that there's no odor.
No, we take great care to keep the place clean. You know, we don't want it to look like a dump. This is a solid waste handling facility. We take great pride in this facility.
And the stuff is just flying down the racks here as it's being sorted.
Well, you need to get it in and out of here pretty quick. So we pull out the good stuff and the bad stuff starts to get pretty stinky. So we need to get it in the landfill.
All right, well, let's show everybody what's going to happen when it goes from here.
Sounds good.
Cool. And Eric, everywhere you look here is recyclable material.
Yes.
What is in here?
This is small bits of steel that we've recovered using our magnet system. And I like to show this to folks because it's things that most people wouldn't think about really being recyclable.
I had no idea this stuff would be recyclable.
No, for instance, we have bottle caps, nails, staples, knives.
Jar lids, forks. I mean, you name it, it's in here.
It is, yeah.
How big is this place?
We own about 320 acres, and the MRF itself here is about 50 acres.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's big.
Large facility.
And I can't believe that the trash from this entire county comes here.
Every day, 365 days a year.
And you also recycle all of the yard trash, the green waste. How does it become this?
Well, what we do is the haulers pick up the grass and the leaves and the branches. We bring it here, we grind it up, and we put it into these piles, water it and turn it. About 8 weeks later, we have compost.
So
Mother Nature does the rest for us.
It cooks itself?
It cooks itself.
Wow, and then where does it go? What do you do with it?
We can sell it to landscapers, to nurseries, and the general public. It's organically certified, so it's great for your lawn or your veggies.
And you see one of your workers here, they're loading up large bins of plastic bottles.
Plastic bottles.
Headed to market.
Off to market.
Okay, and what do we have here? You said this is the gold mine.
This is the gold mine. These are aluminum cans. This is a high value product at this facility. It goes for about $5,000 a ton, which each one of these bales right here is about a ton.
Each one is $5,000 and a ton. My gosh, you really do, you know, you start to see that this really is a mining facility.
It is a mining operation. We're mining the gold out of the trash.
Just another form of California mining. Right?
Absolutely, that's right. The new gold rush.
The new gold rush is right here. This wall is amazing.
The wall of plastic.
Oh, what are these? They're all bottles?
It's all soda and water bottles.
And each of these bales weighs how much?
Roughly a ton.
A ton.
Of
plastic.
Of plastic. And what this material right here will be recycled into carpet and carpet padding and jacket lining.
Carpet?
Carpet, yeah. And then after that carpet's reused, it'll be brought back in here and recycled once again.
Get out. What do these sell for, can you say?
That goes for about $2,000 a ton.
So $2,000 per bale.
Per bale.
That truly is amazing.
Yes, isn't it?
And you really see how huge this place is. It's something that you really can't you know, imagine the size of this until you get up close and personal with it.
Right, you really have to come on site and see it for yourself.
Well, I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For a tour here at this fascinating recycle center here in Roseville. Good to see
it's
you.
my pleasure. That's what we do. We give tours to the public all the time.
Oh, awesome. We're taking you to the Aerojet campus near Folsom in Sacramento County today. This is home to one of the world's largest aerospace propulsion companies and to the largest industrial solar field in the state of California. And we're here with Mike Anderson with Solar Power Inc. Mike, good to see you.
Rob, good to see you. Welcome.
This is amazing what you guys put in here at Aerojet. What is this?
This is a very large solar array. As you said up front, this is the largest single site in the state of California serving an industrial use. And this is running Aerojet's operations here on site. It's also being used to power their water remediation programs.
It's making the meters run backwards.
It is making their meters run backwards.
Which is always a good thing.
They're generating their own power here.
And so this project, you teamed up with Aerojet, your company teamed up with Aerojet to do this. SMUD is also involved because you had to tap into the grid with the solar power. What does this do for the area?
What this does for the area, first of all, this is probably the most significant environmental asset in Sacramento County.
Why?
And one of the largest in the state of California. Because what we're doing by drawing our power here from the sun, we're not pulling it through the power grid.
This is a pretty impressive view from the sky, too.
It is. It is. I've actually seen this from the sky, as you know, and it's really the only way to see it and appreciate the scope and scale of this.
How many acres is this?
This is 40 acres.
Okay.
And this is a 6-megawatt system, which is huge.
You know, you love this business because it is your business. When you stand here and see the fruits of your labor, this array, what do you think?
At the end of the day, when you've completed a project that has everybody's attention and everybody working so hard, to have something like this that's doing so much good for our clients, for the communities that we live in terms of from creating jobs to creating clean, renewable energy, it's a win-win all around.
I don't have to tell you or anybody else about California heat. It's going to be 102 degrees today where we are in Sacramento County. Do these things crank out more because of the higher heat?
No, they won't crank out more. They're impacted. They will crank out less on a really cloudy day.
Okay.
But they won't crank out anymore on a hotter day. At night, they're perfectly flat, and just before sunrise, they tilt towards the eastern horizon, and then begin following the arc of the sun over the area until it sets in the west, and then they go back into their resting position at flat.
You being a solar expert, I'm just curious if you think there will come a day where there are solar panels on every home.
I do. I think that we're at the very beginning of the adoption of solar. So it might be difficult for some folks to realize, but I mean, energy is fundamental to civilization. You know, we went through a computer revolution, excuse me, if you will, and they've become ubiquitous. We're all carrying electronic devices on us all the time that connects us to everybody else, and those all run on electricity. We've never been more dependent on energy at any point in our history as a civilization. And energy is extremely fundamental to keeping that running, the global economy. A project of this scope and scale when it comes to a community really becomes a long-term communications program to let the community know what's being introduced to their community and what the benefits are for the community.
Well, you mentioned the community. That's why we wanted to come here. We wanted to show the community this vast array. It's really an impressive project.
It is. This vista gives you the best view.
It does. Well, thank you so much, Mike Anderson,
Rob.
for
Pleasure.
having us here at Aerojet from Solar Power Inc. Well, clean and green is the conversation here with the president of GreenWise in Northern California, Julia Burrows. Good to see you, Julia.
Nice to see you too, Rob.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for making the trek all the way up here to the rooftop of Jesuit High School in Carmichael.
You're welcome.
That was quite a hike.
It was. 2 ladders bolted to the wall to get up to the solar panels and the beautiful vista of the panels at Jesuit High School.
So Julia, tell me about this solar project. How many panels are there, and why did Jesuit choose to go so clean and green?
Good question. So there are 2,200 panels on 10 roofs.
They're everywhere.
It covers 125,000 square feet of surface area. It went live last May and so far has saved 334 tons of carbon from being emitted into the air.
Get out.
So I would say the benefits of having this project are obviously operating costs. Jesuit has already saved $90,000 in utility bills.
You're kidding.
No, $90,000 just since May of 2012.
So I can only imagine that this was pretty expensive to do.
It was a $1.8 million project. However, thanks to a federal tax credit and SMUD utility rebates, the cost to Jesuit was about $600,000, which will be paid back through this energy savings in a very short time.
And you know, people might think because the title of this specific Rob on the Road is Booming Businesses, they might say, well, wait a minute, what about the economy? There's all kinds of problems. But the clean green, as you said, is booming.
Yes, it is.
In fact, we've made national news in this area.
We have. Sacramento is listed as the #1 fastest clean economy job growth area in the country, based on a Metro Index study that was just released out of Portland earlier in 2013.
Very cool, very cool. Well, you know, you hear the words clean and green, and it is a buzzword, but what exactly does that mean?
Well, when you're talking about clean energy technology, it means the distribution or manufacturing of clean tech. It also means they own intellectual property that they've invented that no one else owns. So they have a patent, or they've done something different. Broadly, the green economy can mean construction jobs to retrofit buildings. So clean tech is a subset. Green economy can be everything from a solar installer to an HVAC technician to an energy systems manager, someone who sells electric cars at the auto mall. So it's definitely got great potential for job creation, and hopefully some of these Jesuit students in the robotics club will be those future entrepreneurs.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be fantastic.
And I know all of your sons have been through here, so.
Yes, yes.
Maybe they'll be
my
more.
heart is here on Mount Jesuit.
I know, that's where we are. Julia, so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Rob.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
I
so
could
much.
listen to you all day. You are so smart, and I love this topic too. So
thank you
for joining us here on Rob on the Road.
Still ahead, a toast to businesses celebrating sweet success. We'll take you to Mare Winery, a sustainable vineyard connecting wine lovers to the fruits of the earth. Plus,
this is a pesto topping on there, just out of the oven.
A cookie company with the secret recipe for success.
People come into our store, they're like, I know you're baking fudge brownie cookies because I can smell them.
Well, we are literally on the road today planting trees with the Leadership Sacramento team, teaming up with the Sacramento Tree Foundation to cover your asphalt on Rob on the Road! This is a great project, and it really has a direct impact to the environment. Why did you guys pick this?
Well, you know, Florin Road Bingo, they've been a proud member, proud business for a long time here on the Florin Road corridor, and they needed a parking lot renovation. I mean, they've been around a long time. There was no shade in this parking lot, and we banded together, got lots of partners, raised nearly $70,000 to get this project done, plant some beautiful trees in the ground, and you know, they're going to appreciate it. The business is going to appreciate it. People who are parking here in the dead of summer, right, 110 degrees, they're going to appreciate it, and ultimately our environment's better off for it.
So every year the Leadership Sacramento team picks a class project. Right. This was yours. How does it make you feel to see it come to life?
Right. You know, every Leadership Sacramento class as part of the Metro Chamber does pick a project that, you know, social services, family support, pets, everything, all over the map. We chose an environmental project just because we felt like it'd be something that we could come back and see for years and years to come.
This moment today it typifies what we do. We don't hire anybody to plant a tree. We have very little money to plant trees, so what do? We find volunteers to plant the trees, and we find community partners, businesses, local governments, agencies like SMUD, to pitch in and help local groups make their green dreams come true. If we can cover the asphalt with enough trees, NASA tells us that we can lower the ambient temperature 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you imagine that on a given summer day? What's that mean? We'll have 50% less smoggy days in Sacramento. Trees do a remarkable job, remarkable service for our environment and for our health.
We're taking you on a beautiful and historic journey today to Plymouth, Amador County, to the very heart of California's Shenandoah Valley. And we're here at Mare Vineyards and Winery with co-owner Marilyn Hoops. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, how are you, Rob?
Nice to see you. This is an absolutely beautiful location in the Shenandoah Valley. In fact, we're standing on the birthplace of California's Shenandoah Valley. Tell me about it.
Well, the original people that came to Shenandoah Valley came from Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. And when they came over those mountains right there and came to this place, it reminded them of home, so they named it Shenandoah Valley. I am continuing that history.
And so this area is really breathtaking. The hills, the grapevines, and you named this beautiful place after your mother, and her name was Karma.
Her name was Karma.
And Mare for mother in French.
Yes, yeah.
So Mare.
You don't go into a business like this to make money. You go into a business like this because of the lifestyle, because of the people, because of the ground, because of the vines. I mean, you can walk out in the vines and see them gnarl, and it really means something to you, and to know that it goes back all those years, it means a lot to me. But it's really not my land, it's Californians.
Well said. Marilyn, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Here at Mare Vineyards and Winery. We are on the road today in Galt for a sweet success story here at Spatts Cookies. You will not believe what they crank out inside. We're here inside of Spatts Cookies with Rick Spatts. Good to see you, Rick.
Good to see you, Rob.
Thank you for having us here. It's amazing that we're right off one of the main streets here in Galt, a small town, and millions of cookies can be made here in a week.
Yes, it's kind of a hidden secret here in Galt.
So this cookie machine can crank out 1 million cookies a day.
It does, it does. The dough is poured in and it's cut with a wire band, and it heads on down the oven for about 7 minutes.
And where in the world are all of these cookies going?
All over the country.
All over the country?
We are in most major grocery chains. We do private label for Rayleigh's, for World Market, and Whole Foods Market. So pretty much anywhere you can find us.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this story is because it's a family-run business, and your family has been in the baking business for well over 100 years.
Since 1896.
That's amazing.
Started with my great-grandfather, passed on to my grandfather, my dad, and now my sister, myself, and my brother-in-law.
And so you left a career in New York City to come back and join the family business. You were on Broadway.
Yes.
What shows?
On Broadway, Beauty and the Beast, Annie Get Your Gun, Spamalot, Saturday Night Fever.
So how do cookies compete with the Great White Way?
It's different. The schedule is different. I was used to going to work for 3 hours a day, and now I go to work for 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
But you know what? Nothing beats being home with the family. I take pride. This is history for me. It's not just cookies. It's our family heritage, and it's something that was started obviously long before I was born, and it's hopefully something that will continue long after I'm gone.
So there are very few scratch, if you will, that's what you call it, scratch bakeries, because they come from scratch.
Yeah.
There are not that many of those left anymore compared to what there used to be.
It's a hard job. You know, you start early. We have bakers that get here at 4:30 in the morning. Most of our crew comes in at 6, and by 1 o'clock the bakers are done, and by 2:30 everything is baked, packaged, and ready to be shipped out.
Rick, this oven is huge.
Yes.
How long is it?
It's about 150 feet, 170 feet from start to finish.
And how long does it take a little cookie to come from dough to finished product at the end?
This little cookie, from the time it's cut, takes about 7 minutes to bake and about another 25 to 30 minutes to cool and package.
And there's also thousands of meringue cookies being made here?
Yes. Down on the other end, we have a whole section that is for our gluten-free product, the meringue.
That processing plant is rocking and rolling.
Always, yeah. It's busy. From 4:30 in the morning, you come down into Galt and you can smell. People come into our store, they're like, I know you're baking fudge brownie cookies because I can smell them.
Well, when we got out of the car here in Galt and I went into the front door, that smell, literally, I wish you could smell it. It takes your breath away.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And it brings back, we have people that come into the store like, I remember when I was a kid walking to school, that smell, and it smells so good, and they still come in like, I can't believe it smells as good, and their kids now come back to buy. And you know, not only is it our family business, but we have generations of families that have worked for us since, you know, my grandfather, their daughters and their grandchildren are working here now.
It's a family affair.
It's a special place. It definitely is.
Are we going to try some of them?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Yum. Just out of the oven.
So Rick, we've been through this entire place today, and you say this is one of the hardest jobs in all of Spatts Cookies, which I personally find hard to believe.
Whenever I have friends come, this is what I love to have them try.
Okay, why is that?
You have Sherry putting on the rings, and it looks like it's simple, but it is quite the technique you need to develop.
The plastic ring to seal the cookies.
Plastic rings to seal the cookies.
Okay, so Sherry, we're going to jump in here and try to do this.
These are yours.
Okay.
Start right here.
Okay.
Come on, they're going. All right, he's got one.
Wait, that is hard. Hold on, but can we make it slow down?
No, they don't stop. Uh-oh. You're hired.
Thank you so much. This has been such a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you for coming.
Rick Spatts at Spatts Cookies in Galt. What fun. And that's going to do it for us this time on Rob on the Road, Booming Businesses. Hey, send us your ideas to rob@kvie.org. We'd love to hear them. We'll see you next time right here on Rob on the Road.
To order a DVD copy of this program, call 888-814-3923 or visit robontheroad.org.
Bank of America is proud to support Rob on the Road and provide financial resources to help strengthen communities.